This is LXBN TV, and I'm Colin O'Keefe. Amazon's unveiling of a possible drone service garnered a lot of attention on 60 Minutes, but most people passed it off as some kind of far-off fantasy. But the reality is, drones will eventually become a part of everyday life, and the lawmaking process has actually already begun. Joining me to explain is attorney Komal Jain. She is with Keller and Heckman in Washington, D.C., and she is an author on the firm's Beyond Telecom law blog. Komal, first, can you describe what the legal path looks like for drone use to be a reality in the not too distant future? Based on what you wrote, it seems like that's already started a bit.
It has started a bit. The legal path is wholly dependent on the Federal Aviation Administration opening up the national airspace to drone use. Currently, outside of recreational use of drones, the FAA has been granting applications on a case-by-case basis, and it's been very restrictive. But the FAA is under a statutory mandate to complete a rulemaking by 2015 so that so small drones or unmanned aircraft systems can be used in the United States. So the FAA is under pressure to complete this rulemaking in the next couple of years. I think it's going to be very complicated. It's going to be controversial. But my personal opinion is that in the next 5 years, there will be ready opportunities for law enforcement, search and rescue, and those companies that are involved or agencies that are involved in America's infrastructure to be able to use small drones for inspection and surveillance.
Very interesting. And then second, what has the reaction been from privacy and civil liberties advocates? I understand there's been some tension there, but has it made an impact on the lawmaking process?
Certainly. There are a number of Americans that are quite concerned about privacy and civil liberties being compromised. The American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, has been quite vocal in this area. And I think they have actually been able to maintain a form or a discussion such that they've at least influenced states and localities to restrict drone use. There's about 9 states that have restrictions in place. Now, whether or not those restrictions could be maintained once the FAA gets involved and regulates in this area is a question of federal preemption. But, their concerns shouldn't be dismissed, and I know for a fact that the FAA is quite sensitive to them. If you look at FAA's roadmap for this rulemaking, they do cite privacy and civil liberties as issues that need to be taken into consideration. I know based on my conversations with staff members at the FAA, they are, planning on opening up discussions and considering ways that the upcoming regulations could in some way protect those privacy and civil liberties.
I see. It's going to be a fascinating process to watch, as you say here, and as you wrote, this will become a reality someday, and it's very interesting that the process is already underway. Once again, that was attorney Komal Jain. She is with Keller and Heckman. For more of her insight on drones and other issues in this space, be sure to visit beyondtelecomlawblog.com. And of course, if you're not already watching us here on LXBN, you can visit us at lxbn.com, where you can find curated commentary from the world's largest legal blog network, along with hundreds more of these LXBN TV video interviews. Thank you for joining me today, Komal.
Thank you.